Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Navigated relatively choppy waters of the start of yesterday's run, but ooh, nothing compared to today's. Great damage, terrible rate of fire, speed is okay. Not a bad starting spacebar item, but one that is not immediately too useful. And 1 HP. So we're in what I would describe as a bit of a delicate landscape right now. Certainly not horrible, but we really, we got a couple of, that's a good idea. We got a couple of things on the go that we have to pay attention to. Probably the most, oh, that was terrible. Probably the most obvious is we have to be very cautious about the way that we handle this Bob's brain situation here. And if we could pick up an early spirit heart, I would just be over the moon, and that key helps out a lot. But we also are on, like, literally one hit from any enemy right now. And the damage is great, but the rate of fire leaves a lot to be desired. We had to hit with that, I think, in order to have a good chance of survival. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. You got a little close. Okay, all I want is a single half red heart, just for survival-based purposes. I really did not want you to change directions. Saw my life flash before my eyes just a little bit there, but you know, again, this is what separates. It's very nice, by the way. This is what separates the pretenders from the contenders in Isaac. Situations like this. Want to see if we got some roos? No roo? No roo? No roo? No roo? I was really banking on finding a secret or second secret room there. I was gonna say, now we got a 1,000 roos. Just be smart and calm and stable. You got space on this room. That's the important part. Okay, great stuff. Use a bomb here. No enemies, please. Just money. Even better. Then use a bomb here. You maintain a key for future access. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, we got no HP whatsoever here. We do get bombs, and, 5 more bombs is real nice. What was that? Huff, huff. We got, I'm not blowing up all of these spots here. That's not, even though my HP is so bad, that's just, it's not a good use of our resources. This room is not bad. In theory. Please, Lord, give me some HP. I would like some. Dude, there's a tinted rock. This could be the saving grace we need. I also do see that half red. I was just gonna say, don't give me a freaking golden chest, only I didn't say freaking. Cartridge. Honestly, beggars can't be choosers, right? So, just please. Sure. So basically, we get a reward if we live. And it's the Duke of Flies, which is probably the enemy most easily countered by Bob's brain. To the point where I'm like, we don't even need to use a bomb here. Now, mind you, if this guy touches us, he is going to kill us in one hit. Just don't accidentally get blown up. Yeah, okay. You know what? Use a bomb. Don't be an idiot. Huge. Huge! Okay, so, without being, I don't know, tooting my own horn, without being self-inflating, we deserve to win because we didn't die on this floor. Every run, many runs, let's say, find themselves in that situation. When you navigate out of that, like, the choppy eddies, the very beginning of a run like that, that's where you can start to say, like, you did good, kid. You did good. So I gotta decompress a little bit, because at first, that, I felt the blood pressure rising up there. Just didn't want to blow up my boys. Felt the blood pressure rise, and I was getting, you know, slightly nervous about the way that this situation... No, don't blow up! No! About the way that the situation was presenting itself, but now, and it's weird to say, but we're actually, like, in a really, really good spot. Like, our HP has been more or less tripled. I don't necessarily want to go to what looks to be like a shop with 8 cents. I know we could open that chest, but I want to get out of the room with the spikes, because I think our boys are going to maroon themselves on the spikes. Robo Baby. Robo Baby 2.0. My mistake. I gotta be careful. Well, this is a very secondary priority. I need to be careful-ish with Bob's Brain if I don't want to blow up the skeletons that have become a big part of my retinue right now. That's right, I played Crusader Kings. Whoops. I know what a retinue is. Or, as I called it the first time I played it, a retinue. I don't want to speak of this room ever again. We possibly could have taken Rodden Baby and then gotten a Spirit Heart, or for that matter, Duality and then gotten a Spirit Heart. We're gonna get Bookworm. I really wanted one of these rooms to be, or one of these books, I should say, to give me Spirit Hearts. They did not. Life goes on. Like, here's the thing. All I'm really trying to do is create a situation in which I can regale you with an anecdote from my past. I recognize there is a secret room somewhere on this one. We cannot regale you with that anecdote from our past yet. And this is the central pull of a Modern Isaac episode, is the dichotomy between me still playing a video game, but also simultaneously fighting against the video game, you know, so that I can get to the point that I really want to get to, which is, you know, stories of my opinions of Northern Lion behaving badly, or you get the idea, right? Definitely interested in that room, but slow our roll just a little bit. I think I'm willing to give this one a try. I mean, we got a nice little contingent of skellies here. Pokix would be very proud. It's a little NLSS reference for you there. It's the other reason these episodes exist, is to provide Tammy's head. Is to provide Tammy's head. No, is to provide marketing materials for the Northern Lion Live Super Show. If you're not watching that, please do. It's a great experience. It's fun for the whole family. And by that, I mean, please do not let your children under the age of at least 15 years old watch it. First off, you're going to compromise my demographic. I have a mature demographic right now, which advertisers love. So every time, and I'm not going to spend on this, it's just too dicey right now. Every time you let a child watch my show, you're basically taking money out of my pocket. So please stop, or you'll see me in court. Secondarily, sometimes we do use some colorful language, like retinue. You know, you're going to have to explain a lot to your kids. They're going to be like, Daddy, what's a miasma? And you're going to be like, www.dictionary.com. A miasma is, you know, a preponderance of death and disease. They're like, he doesn't know what miasma is. You're right, I don't. I just use it. I use it to refer to a cloud. Like Microsoft Azure. I gotta be honest, Book of the Dead reminds me a little bit, goodbye my skelly friends, reminds me a little bit of Pokego. One sec. No ruse? Really? No ruse yet again. It takes a little while to get going. But once it gets going, I mean, like, look at the orbital setup that we got going on here. We did blow up our skeleton friends, but that's because, you know, I value occasionally being able to hit enemies. Bob's Brain, please. Thank you. One more Bob's Brain hit, you're done. Robo Baby's doing the bulk of our damage apart from that. Divorce Papers. It's a substantial tiers upgrade, and we get the Bone Heart as well, which it doesn't look like we're going to be keeping, but we'll try. Nah. Oh, now we get the ruse. Dude, thank God for these orbitals. This is out of control. Thank you so much for your help. Wheel of Fortune. I'm just worried it could be a bad trip. I took it anyway. Lockdown is not terrible. I'll use 2 keys. I want to fill this bone heart ASAP. And at least now we got something sitting there. Still a little underpowered, but to have some hurting power feels way better. Oh, you fool, you just wasted it. You should have... Ah, not a big deal. The skellies are important, though. I don't want to act like, you know, they're anything less than mission critical, at least for the time being. You know what I will say? In the vein of grocery store anecdotes, I'm not trying to force it. But if you go back, you check the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus episode 531, Binding of Isaac Afterbirth episode 73, various other exhibits that I can point out to you. I've done many lectures. You may call them disingenuous rants, but I call them lectures because I think there's value in them. On the economics and politeness of using the grocery store express lane. 12 items or less, 10 items or less, etc., etc. I was at a grocery store that rhymes with Schmollmoods today. The express lane, I gotta be honest, I got a bone to pick. You know why? Because it's not taking a stance. The express lane said 15-ish items or less. And I do not respect this. You know why I don't respect it? It gives people way too much plausible deniability. It relies on personal... Whoops. It relies on your personal definition of what ish is. For example, is 20 items 15-ish? Wouldn't you say yes? I think it depends what you're talking about. You know, if I went to the United Nations and I said, yeah, we have 15-ish nuclear weapon manufacturing facilities, and then when the inspectors came, there were 20, they would be like, you deliberately misled us with your verbiage. And I would be like, you know what? That's a matter of opinion. And this is the kind of dishonesty and willful plausible deniability that the Whole Foods Corporation is enabling by saying 15-ish items or less. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to count all the items in their cart, but I am expecting everybody to have a rough idea, you know? Because the people, and I've only used the express lane at Whole Foods like 3 times in my entire friggin' life. Because if I got a cart, I don't worry about it. I just go through the slow line. Doesn't bother me. Who it really hurts are the people that show up there and they're like, I'm just getting a drink. I'm just getting a sandwich. You know, those are the people that I really feel for. All of a sudden, you got somebody up in front of you, they got 19 items in their cart. I don't think 19 constitutes an express grocery trip. I think 19 items, reasonably speaking, could be a full grocery trip. For someone that goes to the grocery store maybe twice a week. Absolutely. I'm not trying... I get that the idea is like, hey man, we're all cool here. Yeah, maybe it's 15 items. Maybe it's 25. Who cares, dude? Mellow out. Here's the thing, bro. I am mellow. I just want everybody to follow the rules. The people who tell you to mellow out are usually the rule breakers. The people who benefit from everybody being mellow. Because all it takes for evil men to succeed is for good men to say nothing. Just mellow out, bro. I don't think so. You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Mr. 17 items in the express lane. I'm just saying. If someone said, how much was that sandwich? And I said $15-ish, and it was $18, I would expect them to cut me some slack. If the police are interrogating you and they say, how many people did you murder? And you say 15-ish and it turns out to be 18, you're probably deliberately misleading them. I'm just saying context matters. Anyway, we can't let them get away with it anymore. So what I'd like you to do is film your interactions with people. No, I would never suggest that. Here's the thing. All of the conversations that I have, this is not a character. This is really me. Like, when I'm in line at the grocery store, I'm like, gee, look at Mr. 19 items over here. But I'm not like, he should be killed. I'm like, geez, Mr. 19 items thinks he's better than the rest of us. And, well, no, I'm not going to say anything because it's not worth getting into a verbal altercation at the grocery store just because I disagree with the very minute offense that I perceive him to be enacting right now. I mean, in all likelihood, he's probably just unaware of the fact that he might not even know that this is the express lane. I'm just going to let him go ahead, you know? But in my head, there's principles. And if you're saying, why are you being a jerk? I'm not being a jerk. I think that comes across as overly defensive. I think you're the kind of person who's slotting into that express lane thinking 17 items is 15-ish, and then you're like, hey, why don't you be cool, bro? I am being cool by keeping my mouth shut. But on my personal platform, oh, you're going to be eviscerated by the hypothetical arguments and straw men that I have in my head right now. Anyway, that's that. Moving on. There was one other dude at the grocery store who in my head, I was like, get a load of this guy. You ever heard of a staircase? A staircase is an architectural device used to move up or down floors in a building. It has two sides. As with driving, at least in North America, you walk up your right side, or you walk down your right side. Had to get off of the staircase on a platform today because one man was carrying groceries, covered both lanes. I said to myself, get a load of this guy. He values his kombucha more than he values his fellow human beings. So I waited until I was sure that I was in his blind spot, and I threw a handful of marbles onto the staircase and watched it all come tumbling down. It sounded like when you walk into a store that sells wind chimes on a stormy day. All the glass. Okay, this obviously did not happen, but in my head, he was eviscerated. In actuality, in his head, he was probably like, these guys won't give me any room on the staircase, I guess I'll make it myself, which is another fair position. Hey, cool it, mister. And now, you can't be threatening to push people down the stairs. I didn't threaten to push anybody down the stairs, okay? Just in my head, I imagined that he fell down the stairs, and I laughed not because he was injured, but because he was doing something that I perceived to be a very small impoliteness. I think that's where, like, those are the morals that I was raised with, okay? Is like, you should be very polite, but if you're impolite, I hope that terrible things befall you. Like, I don't wish ill will to happen to people, but like if I open a door and then somebody like rushes in front of me when I'm trying to like let my wife go ahead, I'm like, man, it'd be really funny if you just like tripped right now. I don't want you to be hurt. I just think like if you fell down and all of your perceived bravado was erased in an instant, I would find that humorous. That might make me a bad person. I don't know. If they fell down, I would be like, are you okay? Does that make me a good person? I don't know. See, I'm absolved of guilt, I think, because I don't believe in, like, the, you know, cockamamie idea of The Secret, where if you think about something, you will it into existence. I don't believe that if I, you know, think hard enough about impolite people suffering very minor injuries, that it'll come to pass. And again, there is the NLSS curse. I don't know, maybe we should be more careful with our ill will. Okay. Dude, ill will? You ever talked about how that's the greatest conceivable name for a rapper? Probably. Been a lot of episodes. Anyway, not everybody out there, like some of you, probably the majority of you are like, that's a terrible thing to say, NL. And there's like maybe 20 to 30% of you that are like, yeah, I do that. When somebody cuts me off in traffic, I just imagine, like, all their tires going flat simultaneously, and then when they step out of their car to bend down and look at them, their pants rip and they're wearing, like, those boxer shorts from every cartoon that has hearts on them, and then they poop themselves. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. That'd be sick. Just remember who threw the first stone. That's all I'm gonna say. And I laughed, and I laughed, and I laughed. Very rarely do you get to see that, though. It's so rare for someone to immediately get comeuppance for a very minor slight. Usually it happens, like, several years later when their kids are like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, Dad, because you're kind of a jerk about everything. You know, and you're not there to witness that, which is... that's sad. Like, people talk about, this is going to make me sound very petty, so I feel the need to put a disclaimer at the front of this that I'm just espousing this opinion for a joke. This is not actually how I feel. But wouldn't it be friggin' sick if, like, you know, when you died, people think all the great moments in your life flash before your eyes? What if instead, when you died, you saw all the terrible things that had ever happened to anybody who wronged you in any conceivable way? They're like, hey, remember that guy who cut your wife off in traffic and then did the hand wave like, you're not getting in here? Well, here's his business failing and, you know, him becoming, I don't know, you just fill in the blanks. Here's him suffering a terrible fate. In my head, there would be, so, dun, 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 hallelujah, hallelujah. But I wouldn't actually be like that. But I would, internally, I'd be like, sick. That should be the final test. When you get to the pearly gates, St. Peter's like, hey, remember your middle school bully? We missed boss rush by 3 seconds. Remember your middle school bully? Well, you know, here's him getting body checked in a beer league hockey game and never being able to play again, even though it's the only thing that he loves. And if internally, and they have measures for this, like e-meters and stuff, internally, if you can stop your brain from going, get owned, then you're pious enough to get into heaven. And then, if you're not, you don't necessarily go to hell. You end up in a purgatory where you and your boys just watch, like, fail compilations over and over. And you go, what an idiot. Stupid moron. Fell off the chair when they were trying to dance. I saw a tweet that really resonated with me the other day. It said, without fail, every fail compilation video ever will seamlessly transition from, like, a dog falling down to a rally car plowing through, like, 100 children. And it's true. Those videos, I watch them now and then. Because it's like America's Funniest Home Videos, but, like, combined with Jackass, right? Like, America's Funniest Home Videos is like, here's a dad getting hit in the balls with a wiffle bat. And Jackass is like, I'm gonna drink gasoline. And then, fail compilations are like, here's a dad getting smashed in the face by a brick somehow. You know, it's like, I don't wish the dad ill will, but I do want to see the after effects, I suppose. It's a call of the void, dude. How? Can you show me how I was hit there? There's nothing I could have done, dude. Again, I don't want to injure people and film it. But if people are injured in funny ways and it's on video, I want to see it. Like, I want to point out, I'm not the person going, hey, here's $10,000. Get me clips of people injuring themselves. These people submit the clips themselves because they find it funny. You don't need to be offended on their behalf in this unique situation. But it's true, like those fail compilations, they veer wildly from one extreme to the other, you know? It'll be like, you know, here's a small child trying to sing a popular song and not being very good at it. And the next one is like, here's a head-on snowmobile crash. Sends a body 80 feet into the air. And the next one's it's a cute cat and it tried to jump onto a chair, but it missed. The next one is like, here's a helicopter clipping a power line and exploding. It's like, man, dude, you gotta put like a warning or like a threat level on every single one of these clips. I'm not the only person out there, by the way. You can grandstand on a moral basis all you want. Every single one of these fail channels has like 15 times the amount of subscribers as I do. So don't even start with me. Not to mention, before there was YouTube, you know what you did? Gather around the TV. World's most extreme police car chases. World's dumbest criminals. Like, this is a genre of media that's existed since time immemorial. There's something broken in every single one of us that is like, yeah, I want to see that guy try to rob the store and then knock himself out on the glass security door. Absolutely. That's the human condition. Take me out of here. I don't want to fight. We haven't fought Hush in a while. I'm actually going to defend myself for that. I don't think we've had the unique permutations and conditions that allow a good Hush fight in a little bit of time. This has been a great run, though. Like, we didn't ever... we shouldn't talk about it like it's over, because we still have a dice room, which could be anything, but... we never really got so powerful that this run has felt like it's just been automatic. Like, we still have to play relatively well. But simultaneously, it's never been so underpowered that I have to dedicate like 100% of my thought to it on every single room. Which is really the happy medium. Like, I prefer an Isaac run. Keeps you very slight. It keeps you on like a threat level yellow, you know? Another battery charge, too. We did pretty much abandon the Dogtooth secret room strategy, but if I may be so bold, maybe a controversial opinion, after the start of the game, I don't think that secret rooms are really that important. We would have loved them on the first floor, but as of right now, I wouldn't say irrelevant, but, you know, not highly relevant, I guess. I mean, we don't need a speed upgrade, let's be real. You know, it's like Kendrick Lamar said, where were you when I was walking? Now I run the game, got the whole world talking. When I was walking, I think the subtext is like, you should have given me a ride, but you didn't, so now, screw you. Okay, this is a weird one, but our damage is... well, was insane. No, is insane. Now we will take the goat hoof. All of it's been rerolled. That's right. Still, I mean, is this better? Yes, I think so. The rate of fire is just awful. But everything is gonna die. Every, like, basic enemy is gonna die in one hit. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Let it, yeah, you got it. It's Eve's Mascara. If Eve's Mascara did not exist on this run, I'm not saying we'd be completely set. Merely that it... well, we'd have double the rate of fire. Half the damage, but double the rate of fire. So we're probably just gonna fight Mega Satan immediately. Here's the problem, and there is a problem on this run. This is not sandbagging, okay? We will get hit on Mega Satan. When we get hit, we're gonna lose Crown of Light. When we lose Crown of Light, our damage is gonna be, well, I mean, half as good. And our damage right now is slightly, I would say, above average. But when it gets halved, that would be a problem. So if we can find any way to particularly up our fire rate is probably the most likely way to make something good happen here. So we definitely did not have that happen. Marked is a fire rate increase, I think, but it's also really terrible, and I hate it. So we're going to say no to that, and we're just going to try to not take damage. No promises. I gotta be real with you. It's not that bad yet. But 0.66 speed is going to become a problem. I can't believe we have 0.66 speed plus the ability to fly. Like, I didn't know that that was possible. I feel like there's a cosmic joke being played. Okay, we haven't lost Crown of Light yet. For some reason. I didn't think the Crown of Light worked like this. I didn't think it was like, if you have... Oh, that was really dumb. I thought it was if you got hit, you lost it. Not if you, like, lost red hearts, you lost it. By the way, Angry Fly, as you can tell, huge help in this situation. And every situation, because it's such a good item. Mega Satan, by the way, I say very negative things about the Void. I say very negative things about Hush. And if anybody's qualified to say negative things about Hush, it's me, dude. Nobody on Earth, well, maybe very few percentage, a low percentage of Isaac players on this freaking planet have fought Hush as many times as I have. Mega Satan is innocent. Please don't take any more damage. I'm starting to get slightly nervous. Mega Satan is an innocent bystander in this. He's a good boss. Ever since they made him... No. HP, please. HP, please. No! I overcommitted, I'll be the first to admit. Ever since they made him easier to get to, he's innocent. So we actually, like, I'm not at any percentage messing with you. We may die here. This is an easy death to swallow. Phrasing. Because I will never not reroll. D8, a little bit of a different story. I know you're going to use that D8 situation against me. But I will never not reroll a run. It's the thing I love most about Isaac. He's closing me in, dude. It's like... he was doing the two bishops checkmate. Slowly, I'm losing the space necessary to not be in a threatened position. Oh, I'm an idiot. Number one priority, don't take damage. Forget about everything else. You can do damage at your own pace. Whew. Can I see if I have special bombs? I do not have any speciality attached to these bombs. So keep in mind, we do have, like, the slow bee. What's a boy supposed to do? What's a boy supposed to do? Like I said, Mega Satan sucks. And I hate him. No brims, please. Just kill him before these shots make it to you. I don't see a window. Deserved, but I had fun with it. Just being honest. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But thanks for watching. I will see you next time.